members, it is time to make a start. The Vice Chair will take over from me. Do we have the quorum, Secretariat? Should we invite the officials into the meeting room? All right, let's get started. At the request of the panel, the administration has got in touch with the Guangdong authorities. We're going to have the trip to Heyuan and Shenzhen Huizhou on the 19th and 20th of this month of February. Shall we have a briefing on the itinerary? Please refer to paper number 384, 1617 open bracket 01. We have got in touch with the Guangdong authorities, and there's going to be a 2-day visit. For the first day, we will be visiting the largest reservoir, and then along Dongjiang, we'll be visiting the Greenway, and we can feel the Dongjiang water with our hands, and then we'll be visiting the water quantity and quality monitoring and control center. There will be an exchange with the officials there. We'll then go to the Taiyuan pumping station, the point where water is taken, and then we visit the last point, and that is the Shenzhen Reservoir. At the request of the panel members, we will be having a briefing on the remediation project at Shawan River Basin. Right, we need to have the approval of the committee. We have the paper 359, 1670 bracket 01, and all the details are set out there. Any questions from members? Hands up, please. One minute. All right, let's get all the members in before I invite the administration. Mr. Edward Lau, please. Chairman, thank you. I've seen the itinerary, and it is a very itinerary full of activities, and there are several points of visits, and that will enable us to have a better understanding of the situation. I'm supportive of this plan, and I'll be part of the delegation. I understand that this was put forward by Dr. Helena Wong back in 2005. Since the mainland authorities have made the arrangement, I don't think we should have too few members on the delegation. We are concerned about the water quality in Hong Kong, and I hope that all electrical members, all colleagues would be taking time out to be part of this visit to have better understanding of the water quality. Yes, Mr. Stephen Ho. Chairman, I'm also in support of this program. I've heard from opposition members and other members questions about the costs, the high costs of the Dongjiang water, and whether there should be a revision to the charging system. I think they should pay a visit. Now, with the government arrangement, there will be officials on hand, and I understand Dr. Helena Wong made the proposal, but there are many opposition members who said that they won't be part of the trip. I'd like to urge them to not be involved in politicking, and to steer clear of politics and do more positive things for the people of Hong Kong. Ms. Raymond Chen, I am actively considering taking part, but there are two considerations here. The first one is the dates. Why 19th and 20th of February? If you look at the calendar, on the 20th there are 4 meetings. The development panel has a big size of members. So if everybody goes, then the meetings may not be held, cannot be held. If everyone makes the trip, then we can't change anything. So how did you arrive at the dates? Second, now for this trip, are we merely looking at the water quality? Now some said that if there are more democratic members taking part, there may be Beijing officials talking to us or something. I mean, if I take part, I might be left behind somewhere along the trip. Dr. Edward Yu, other than the water quality, I hope the members should be more concerned about the water conservation. The agreement of purchasing the Dongjiang water, I think this can be revised in such a way that if we are not using the water purchase, that we can keep the water. We don't have to discharge the water into the sea, and we have to do something about the water leakage. And we have to improve the volume of the water stored in our reservoirs, so that we can reduce our reliance on the Dongjiang River. Dr. Kwokaki, Chairman, I go along with Mr. Raymond Chan that there are so many meetings scheduled for the days, and it's likely that some of the meetings might be aborted. Now, we are concerned about the sources of pollution. Can we have some chemists joining the trip for the water samples to be taken for testing? Now, we cannot see anything with naked eyes, and the most important thing is to test the water. If we collect the water ourselves, so we may not have any credibility. And now, we should not be just looking at what we are shown. Perhaps we should look at how the factories are discharging pollutants into the water. Is it the mainland authorities that deciding on itinerary? Perhaps we can have a look at the seriously polluting industries like the dyeing factories and so on. Yes, administration, Mr. Mack. Yes, Chairman, if I may respond to members' questions. The dates. Last year, in response to members' letter, we said that the most appropriate time to visit Dongjiang is the time before and after the flooding period, or the rainfall season. The autumn-winter season would be the best time. We have received the request of the panel, and we liaised with the Water Conservancy Bureau, and we decided this is the best time to make the visit. It is a packed itinerary. We try to fit everything in one single day. That's the Water Resources Department, that is. And we simply cannot fit everything into one single day. So we have scheduled 2 days, one of which is a holiday. And the mainland authorities agreed to entertain us over the holiday time. So the dates were arrived at through communication with the mainland.
We hope the members can try their best to join the trip. As to whether there are alternative as to whether there are other programs, as asked by Mr. Raymond Chen. Well, on this occasion, we are only arranging visits, nothing else. And then Mr. Chen wondered whether we could make adjustments to the details of the program. Well, for the items that we have arranged for, they have been decided on the basis of the request in a letter sent by a member to us. And we've been trying our best to incorporate the various elements. Say, for example, there was this concern about Dongjiang River polluting the Shenzhen Reservoir. And therefore, in the second part of the second day, we will be taking members to a place where it has been reported that water has been found to be flowing into Shenzhen Reservoir. And Shenzhen officials will also give a briefing as to what they will do by way of a project to resolve the problem. So the schedule has been drafted in accordance with your request and after negotiation with the mainland officials. Yes, Dr. K.K. Kwok. Mr. Mack hasn't talked about the drawing of water samples and whether we would be accompanied by chemists. Well, on our part, we are going to have our own colleagues, including chemists, to take samples, to take part in the briefing. We haven't made any proposal to the main officials that we will be drawing water samples during the visit. We haven't made such a request in the past because we haven't received such a request, and therefore this wasn't raised during our negotiation with them. Is it possible for me to put in such a request now, since they are going along as well? I think we can reflect your request to them. I'm sure we can bring up the message. Any other questions? So, colleagues, do you agree that we should follow the recommendations in paper CP bracket 1384 16 to 1701, that is to seek the approval of the HC to carry out the visit to Dongjiang River Basin? All right, everybody agrees. In paragraph 11, there is this question, that is whether you agree to invite non-panel members to join the visit. Do you agree? Yes, you all agree. No objection. So all members support the visit. The chairman of the panel will seek the approval from the HC as soon as possible, and then we will invite your request to join. Nothing under AOB, meeting adjourned.